All right, and this is our home for the next several nights in Zimbabwe. We're staying at this extremely cute boutique hotel just outside of Victoria Falls town. This cute little outdoor patio area overlooking the pool. Nice grounds over here. TV, a little desk. We've got a mini fridge, and they gave us several bottles of water, which is great. We'll need those because, of course, you can't use the water, so do everything we need to with that. And then we have a little safe, some cozy looking bathrobes, which I am totally going to take advantage of soon. And of course, a bathroom. It's nice. It's, you know, a little small, but it's got everything we could possibly need. It's got an actual tub and a rainwater shower head, toilet, of course, and a cute little sink area with some toiletries that they've left for us, which is awesome. This is our home for the next several nights. We are so looking forward to our stay here. It's a place I've wanted to come for a very long time. My parents and my sister have been here before, but that was when I had graduated high school. We all went to South Africa, and then after South Africa, they came up here to Zimbabwe, and I missed out on that part of the trip. I said I needed to go home and get ready for college, and boy did I regret it. So this is my redemption trip to Zimbabwe to get to experience the Victoria Falls and all the really cool stuff that's in this area.
First must, plugging in the converter. So I'm gonna blow up any of our devices.
Are you excited to be here?
I am. It was an uneventful, easy flight out of Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. It was only a 4-hour flight down. Food was good, service was good. The plane was air conditioned.
It was a nice plane.
Super nice plane.
Nice big plane.
Big 767 or 787. Big plane. Yeah, it was nice. It's hot here today, but it's supposed to cool off a little bit tomorrow. Nina already met the Zulu warriors at the airport.
Yeah, that was fun. That was very cute.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an easy drive here. It was a paved road the whole way.
We're not used to that anymore.
Paved road is straight, and yeah, it was good.
So tomorrow, no trip to Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe would be complete without a trip to Victoria Falls. I feel like we should see the falls before we do like anything else. As far as I know, the weather is supposed to be good tomorrow, and like Darren said, the temperature is actually dropping after today. It's going into the 80s, so it should be much more comfortable. So I think we'll go to the falls in the morning. This is a kind of an interesting time of year to come see the falls. We're here, it's mid to late September. This is the dry season. According to everything that we've heard, the Zimbabwe side of the falls is still like raging this time of year. It should still be really beautiful and pretty dramatic. After that, we have a very, very cool cruise on the Zambezi River planned. It's a dinner sunset cruise, and something that we booked probably a couple months ago that we've both really been looking forward to. So that is for tomorrow night. So a lot of time at the water tomorrow.
Excited about the Victoria Falls. Again, one of those things that you see and hear about and see, you know, tons of videos or movies right at the falls, and now we finally get to experience it. So it's gonna be great. And then the cruise, hopefully we'll see some wildlife in the evening. I'm not sure what to expect, but I hope it's a lot of fun.
Yay!
Good morning from Zimbabwe.
Yes, good morning. So today we have a really exciting day planned. We are starting our day with a tour of the Victoria Falls. This has been on our bucket list for a very long time. It's the largest waterfall in the entire world and one of the 7 natural wonders. We are really excited about taking a tour of these falls and getting to see them in all their majesty today.
Okay, so we're on this Victoria Falls tour right now. It's going to be about 1.5 hours to 2 hours with our tour guide. Our hotel accommodations So it'd be a good idea to do a tour if it's your first time. If not, you can do it yourself. It's fairly easy to navigate, and right now we're in the dry season, so it's going to be really impressive to take a look and see everything, because normally in the high season or the wet season you can't see much of anything because the falls are so impressive and you can't even see the Zambia side.
Yeah, it's like too misty to even see the falls or get a great picture of it. Now, just to give you some perspective, we are, kind of a couple mile walk from the falls, and we feel mist all the way from here, and this is during the low season.
Here's a quick viewpoint as we go to our first viewpoint. Yeah, so normally at that viewpoint you probably can't even see in the wet season because the water's raging so hard.
Yeah.
So we're, I guess, pretty fortunate. I know the Zambia side is pretty dry.
It's pretty dry,
but
yeah.
The Zambezi or the Zimbabwe side is always flowing. So.
Well, that's why I chose this month, because it was my understanding that sometimes you can't even get near the falls during the rainy season. It's just so impressive that you can't really enjoy it. So I'm glad that even in the dry season that we can really enjoy it, maybe even more so than when it's fully raging. There are so many great photo opportunities here. There's 16 different spots to stop and get pictures along the falls to give you shots of both the Zimbabwe side, but also a little bit of a perspective into the Zambia side if you are coming from Zimbabwe.
And you'll note that it's, the falls are raging over here, but the Zambia side is almost dry.
It's like bone dry over there.
Just to note when you come back in the wet season, because it's not like this.
Very different.
Something to note, like we said, we're here in the dry season, but in the wet season, you're in full rain gear because you're going to get soaked. Because we're getting a good amount of mist while we're just standing here, and that's in the dry season. So just imagine what it's like at triple or quadruple the flow. I mean, some major rain gear.
And the Zimbabweans have named this Mosi-oa-Tunya, which translates to the smoke that thunders. And when you see the mist coming off the falls, you completely understand why they would name it that. It's really, really cool to see. The mist does look like smoke coming up off the water.
Yeah, and even when you're sitting in the parking lot about to come into the park, you're feeling mist from the waterfall.
Yeah, you feel it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And this is the low season. This is the dry season. Spectacular.
Yeah. This is the main part of the waterfall, and this is probably one of the wettest spots that we're experiencing right now.
Absolutely it is.
So at the entrance, it's very dry, very brown, and now we're getting all this mist off the falls. It's very green and lush.
And it's absolutely like being in a rainforest.
Yeah, and it feels like it's raining right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's picking up on the camera, but we're getting pretty wet.
We are. I put my raincoat on. I feel like I need it at this point. So we just saw some people going into the Devil's Pool on the other side. That's on the Zambian side. You can, during the low water season, go into something called the Devil's Pool and get this really epic shot of yourself that looks like you're about to go over the edge. But they can't do it during the high rain season because the falls are so strong, it can pull people over. So there's only a short window of the year that you're able to do something like that. We just saw people doing it, and it's so cool.
in the wet season, it's sometimes called the devil's anus.
It is not.
Dry season and the dry side of Victoria Falls. Not a lot of water here at all. Very dry.
So we just passed the last viewpoint on our tour over here at Victoria Falls. It takes you all the way to the Victoria Falls Bridge, which is the bridge that connects Zambia and Zimbabwe, but it's also, according to our guide, a bridge that connects the entire continent of Africa from Cape Town all the way up to Cairo. So that's really, really neat. We got to learn about the history of the bridge, and now the bridge is a place where you can do a lot of different activities. We actually just saw people bungee jumping off the bridge, and we saw the zip line that's actually connected to the bridge that goes over the gorge. So lots of fun stuff that you can do from the Victoria Falls Bridge.
And we looked down at the canyon while we were here on the dry side, and you can see rafting happening. So now we've discovered something else that we might do while we're here. We'll see.
One of my favorite activities in the whole world. And I think what a cool experience it would be to be able to go whitewater rafting down the Zambezi River.
It'll be a bucket lister. It'll be a bucket lister.
You're so good.
So we just finished lunch at the Lookout Cafe. Now we're heading to the oldest tree ever.
At least in Africa.
At least in Africa. At about 1,200 years old. It's a baobab tree. And we're going to get back to our hotel just enough time to put on different clothes and go to the river cruise.
That's right. It's a great day. It's a busy day and an awesome day.
Chomping on the grass. A couple of warthogs.
Hello! We are finally on our Zambezi River cruise. We've been looking forward to this for months. It's one of the few things that we booked prior to getting into country when we were coming to Zimbabwe, and I can already tell that this is going to be a fantastic night. We booked through Pure Africa, and as you can see, they have one of the most beautiful boats, I think, imaginable, and such a gorgeous setup. So I think we're in for a real treat tonight.
Yes, and just like you saw, we was already seeing the warthogs on the lawn, and there are hippos behind us in the water. They're just kind of bobbing up and down, so I can't get any good photos of them, but they're there.
And we saw monkeys and impala when we were driving in. So already seen a ton of wildlife, and we have an opportunity to see hopefully much more. Cheers to our Zambezi River cruise. That's good.
So where we currently are on the river, the captain just stopped the boat and pointed out, if you look, you know, a distance towards down the river.
Yeah, up the channel.
Up the channel to the far right from our position, you can see the mist from Victoria Falls. It's so prominent.
Even here, even where we're at, with this kind of low light, it's a little bit hazy this evening, you can still see the mist. So there's so many reasons that Victoria Falls is so special. You know, not only is it one of the wonders of the world, the natural wonders of the world, it's also a protected UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's the largest waterfall in the entire world, and there's such a rich history here when you come to the park and see the falls. Today we did a tour, and I think for people that want the information, the history, the background, and to really understand what they're seeing, I think doing a tour of the falls really is the way to go. We had a very affordable tour. We booked it super last minute, and I couldn't be more thrilled with the company that we chose and the guides that we had today. They were so informative between our driver and our actual guide, and they made it a truly special experience for us. And then now getting to see the Zambezi and, you know, off in the distance the falls from a different vantage point, it's just been such a spectacular day, and this is a really magical place. If you haven't come and you've ever desired to see Victoria Falls, it will not disappoint you regardless of what season you come in, I think.
You know, it's worth noting that the Zambezi River is around 2,500 kilometers long. It's the fourth longest river in Africa behind the Nile, the Niger, and the Congo. And it starts in the northwest corner of Zambia and stretches all the way into the Indian Ocean. So it's an amazing, magnificent river, and it's worth visiting for sure.
Absolutely. So one thing that I forgot to mention earlier about the falls, what you want to consider when you're deciding which side to come in from, and granted you can check the falls out from either side, but Zambia owns like 70% of the falls, meaning 70% of the falls are in Zambia, however they're viewable from Zimbabwe. So if you're coming into the park from Zimbabwe, you'll see the majority of the falls. Zimbabwe owns the other 30%, meaning Zambia only gets to see about 30% of the falls. So when you're deciding which area to see the falls from, understand that the Zimbabwe side is probably always going to be the more dramatic side, because you do get to see more of the different lookout points from that side.
Yes, however, in the wet season, they've said that there's so much water flowing over the side that there's so much mist that you can't even see the falls.
Yeah, so you can't get good pictures.
And you get soaked. I mean, you have to wear appropriate rain gear, but photography and capturing videos is not good at all. So,
you know, perspective is, we're here in dry season, and there were certain points where we felt like it was raining on us. So sadly, our Zambezi River cruise is coming to an end. It has been absolutely wonderful, definitely exceeded our expectations. They served with us a 4-course meal, at least for the cruise that we opted for. The food, just like everything else we've had in Africa, has been delicious. Like, seriously, some of the best food that we've ever had. Staff is so amazing. It's so beautiful on the boat, on the river. When the sun went down, they turned the lights on, as you can see behind us. It brings up this ambiance. It's really, really special.
And all the, drinks are included. And all my witty banter is for free.
Sometimes I think he could just have that. He can keep that stuff to himself.
Like I said, all he needs is a can-do attitude. He can do anything.
I love you.